the calendar reset. But did you? If you're tired of recycled resolutions and ready to make yourself the priority again without guilt, shame, or burnout, this Transformation Tuesday is for you. We're talking about real self care and inner peace, the kind of reset that doesn't come from a planner, but from your soul. So let's get your S.H.I.T together: self care, happiness, and inner peace and time. It's not about doing more, it's about coming home to yourself. I'm Amanda Beth, and welcome to another Transformation Tuesday. This one's coming in a little hot from a meme that I saw earlier this week, and I swear it hit me like an absolute slap from the universe, but also a warm hug at the same time. You know, it was this it was this little meme, and it was on a pale pink background, and it was really simple with the little letters in it that read, "Get your S.H.I.T together." And then right underneath that in parentheses, it said self-care, happiness, inner peace, time. Right? It made me stop and think. Not in the let me give you 5 self-care tips today thing, and not in the let's get a resolution train going kind of way, but it stirred something a lot deeper. Because if you're anything like me, a woman, a guide, a giver, a space holder, you've probably already cleaned the house, wrapped the gifts, packed it all away, packed up the decor, made the plans, fed the people, and tied up the holidays with a beautiful, exhausted bow. And yet, here we are. Calendar reset, new year, but let's really name it. The calendar resets, but we don't magically reset with it. Your soul doesn't hit January and go, cool, we're a new me. We're all healed. Let's start manifesting. No, there's something a lot deeper required. So this week, instead of giving you another list or a strategy tip, I want to invite you into a conversation, a pause, a breath, a gentle, honest moment of reflection, the kind that needs time and space when you can just really feel the clarity. So let's break it down. What are you actually doing for your self care? Not the trendy version, the real one. What does happiness even feel like for you right now? Not last year, not 10 years ago, but the version of you that has lived, has grieved, has grown and bent and bloomed through everything that you've navigated. Don't forget to celebrate all of those wins, all of those lessons. What does happiness feel like? The happiness that you want to carry forward. This is your life, remember, the one that you are living. What does inner peace feel like in your body, deep down in the soul? Do you even remember? I struggle. I gotta admit, I really struggle with finding that inner peace and remembering to get out of my head, out of the logic and the hustle of owning businesses. Can you feel that distance between where you are and where you want to be? Because this isn't about fixing you. You are not broken. I feel like a broken record saying that. You're not broken. It's about moving yourself from the bottom of that damn list back to the top. We spend so much of our time and energy making sure everyone else is okay. And it's beautiful and it's sacred. But at some point, someone has to check on you. And that someone is you. So it's time to take your shit seriously. Self care. Not those bubble baths and spa days, unless those really fill you up. I'm talking about that nervous system regulation, the vagus nerve, the getting out of fight or flight, feeling really comfortable in your skin and being who you're meant to be. Those boundaries, those soul nourishing resets. Don't Google it, feel it. Happiness, not what it's supposed to look like, but what does authentic joy feel like in your body? Do you even know anymore? Inner peace, not the absence of problems, but the presence of wholeness, being fully present, that forgiveness in the moment, forgiveness of yourself and forgiveness of others, and finding that peace inside you. And time for yourself without guilt, without shame, without the hustle whispering that rest has to be earned. Yeah, this is where the theta moment feels like it needs to be. Let's remove that it's a sin to rest and to refuel and reconnect with yourself over the needs of others. So this is that whole theta moment. And anyone who's done theta with me before knows in order to receive the beliefs, to the changes in the energy, you do need to say yes out loud. If you're catching it live, say yes. Put it in the comments. If you're catching it on a replay, do hashtag replay yes and say yes out loud to really receive that benefit. So that theta belief we're going to change is that it's a sin to rest, refuel, and reconnect with myself over the needs of others. If you want that, just say yes. Yeah, that one's going to feel pretty deep for a while. Let that keep trickling in. So as you trickle that in, I want to challenge you. Let's get back to this whole New Year's thing and talk about resolutions. You know, those recycled promises we make to ourselves every year with a few new words and a prettier planner. You know, the one that has bright flowers, or maybe it's going to be a little more incognito this year. It's got the pretty pen holder. You've picked out the perfect pens. You've got a new whiteboard. You've got pretty new markers. Whatever you've done, yeah, if you haven't done the inner healing, it's not going to work. We if we don't process and integrate, and my friend Josh, another shaman coach, he really talks about that integration. If you don't integrate all those changes that you've made and you don't honor your cycles, those cycles of waxing and waning and being productive and resting, you're just dressing up those same old wounds with new intentions. So it's time to dig down. It's time to really do that work. When was the last time that you made yourself a priority? Not a performity, but from a place of, I get to matter. I am worth this. Yeah. When was the last time? Because our transformation doesn't follow the calendar. It follows the seasons, our healings, our bodies, yes. And honestly, maybe January isn't your spring. Maybe it's still your winter. Maybe you're still dormant. Maybe you're still becoming who you are before you spring through the ground. And maybe that's exactly where you're supposed to be. Honor that, celebrate it, and see what if this year, instead of saying new year, new me, you said new year, deeper me. What if your resolution wasn't a fix, but a remembrance? What if your focus wasn't improvement, but integration? This is your time. Shed that shame that says you're not doing enough, to release the guilt that says everyone else should come first. Move yourself up on that damn list. Refuse the illusion that your worth is measured in productivity. Doing more isn't necessarily getting you more. These are all things it it feels like I talk about a lot. All of those things. That's why today I just want you to remember you can't guide others if you're chronically depleted. You can't create from overflow when you're barely surviving yourself. You can't love fully when you're running on resentment and fatigue. And that's where you'll get if you're not there now. So here's what I want to leave you with. This week, I don't want you to do more. I want you to notice more. Notice what feels like peace. Notice where joy wants to invite itself back in. Notice where you've disappeared from your own calendar. And then ask yourself, where do I belong on my own list? It needs to be at the top of the list. What would it look like to choose myself daily, gently, boldly? What if you choose yourself boldly? What's it going to look like? What's it going to feel like? And who do I become when I stop waiting for permission to rest? I give you that permission slip. You have the permission slip to rest and to acknowledge and to stop the burnout because it's a cycle. I need these reminders too. I'm not above this work. I am in it with you. And I'm committed this year and every year to keep choosing myself without shame, without guilt, so that I can fully show up for the work that I'm called to do. And if you're ready to do this work too, to move beyond the surface level shifts, to release old cycles and actually integrate lasting transformation, to be witnessed and guided by someone who sees your wholeness, even when you forget, then I invite you into this journey with me. Because getting your shit together, it's not about hustling harder. It's about remembering who the hell you are and choosing yourself like your life depends on it, because it does. Let's make this year the year that we return to ourselves with compassion, with power, with intention and purpose. And maybe it takes more than just this calendar year. We're not going to limit ourselves to that. And so, like so many of my readings and the work that I do, I love to finish my work with an angel card. And when I was preparing this today, I drew an angel card, and she is the angel of understanding. I understand all and everything because I exercise understanding of myself. When we understand who we really are, a full transformation happens in our lives. In the luminosity of our soul, we understand that true knowledge comes from within ourselves and is transformed into the real experience of learning. I think that's just perfect. The angel cards never lie. So I will see you again next Tuesday here on Transformation Tuesday Live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and catch you everywhere else.